Hey, what's going on? My name is Louis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is September 26, 2023, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News channel. Alright guys, so we have some breaking news updates, some urgent information coming out. If you can, please share the video. And it says here, 4 days, 12 hours until US Gov shutdown. Guys, please prep and get ready just in case this thing hits the fan. Right now, they are trying to work on some kind of agreement, right? So they have 4 days left, but let's say it goes into a shutdown. Well, I think 9 million women with young ones, they will receive their SNAP and EBT, but after that, they ain't gonna see it no more. All right, so I would keep you updated on all this information. I heard up to 2 million active duty. We're talking about like soldiers. I don't think they're gonna get paid because they gotta pay UKR first. UKR comes first. We gotta take care of them first. All right. So, according to Mr. Burns, Sleeping Giant citizens' taxes will go to UKR, which is completely wrong because tax is supposed to go to the sleeping giant, not to foreign lands. So we're gonna see what's going on here, guys. I want to bring this up really quick. Let me just read this part, and I got to show you something else after this. So Mr. Burns, again, the leader of the sleeping giant, he is not please. He is very, very upset. And you guys already know Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, he's always grouchy. So, you know, that's why I name Joe Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns himself has called on the House, you know what, to honor Kevin Deal. So Mr. Burns is telling the right, do it. Kevin is willing to do it. And we're talking about the speaker. He said that he's down with it. How come you guys ain't down? So it says here, just a few months ago, Mr. Burns said, just a few months ago, the speaker of the you-know-what and I agreed to spending levels of the gov. What are you talking about, spending level? Dude, you are sending a whole bunch of ching-ching to the yellow and blue country. There ain't no spending level going on there. Man. So I agreed to spending levels of the gov, Mr. Burns said. Now, a small group, look at that, he's calling names. Ooh, he's calling names. That means that he's very, very upset. So, you know, when you know, young ones, when we used to go to school, we used to get so mad. We used to call people names and stuff like that when we were little ones. So that's what Mr. Burr reminds me of. He is very upset and he's calling names. He's calling this to the right. They don't want to live up to that deal. Yeah, because they don't want you giving, you know what, to the yellow and blue country. So Mr. Burns is very fed up right now because he can't get his way. I gotta put UKR first, but we have some very bad ones in the, you know what, they don't want to live up to that deal. And everyone in the sleeping giant could be faced with paying the price for it. So you're going to punish the sleeping giant, Mr. Burns? You're going to punish the sleeping giant because you can't get your way. Now, Mr. Burns is saying the sleeping giant is going to have to pay tax, where the tax money is going to go to UKR. Unbelievable. Wow. There you go, your Mr. Burns right there. So we're going to get to this one here, guys, but I want to show you something really quick. So last night I gave an update about my earnings of the platform, and I told you guys that everything seems like it's good. Late last night, once again, they have taken the earnings, and I want to show you that, guys. Give me a second. Let me just bring it up. So there you go. It seems like they're gonna take the whole thing. And this really hurts me, guys. Let me just bring SpongeBob. You see, there was one here. It came down. This one today, I got a feeling this one here is going to come down too. All this here is going to come down. So I'm just going to get this part right here and the $2 and $4 and $7. And it basically, for the month of September, I'm just gonna get, give me a second here. Whoops, I'm sorry guys. Okay, so basically for the month of September, I'm just gonna get, I don't know, I'm just guessing, maybe 200, possibly 400, because they already just slammed everything. They just took everything. So like I say guys, it's you know, just going to work and expecting to get paid, and you work your 40 hours a week, you know, for a 160 hours a month, and all you're gonna get is 200. It just hurts. Now, you know, I put a lot of time and efforts making these videos, and you know, I work 15 hours, 16 hours a day, and for the, you know, for this thing to just come and say, hey, we don't care, we're just gonna take it anyways. I just feel like we are living in a red dragon land. It just, it hurts. It does, it hurts. So I'm gonna be posting more videos over at Grand Supreme News, because it seems like that channel is not being impacted. It's just this one right here. And again, like I said, I do this full time, and I also have a second job, which I'm gonna have to be doing more of my second job from now on, because what the platform is doing to this channel. I want to thank everybody so much for your love and support. You truly helped out when it comes to Patreon or PayPal. It does help out to bring all the information to you. But please continue praying for this channel. Hopefully they don't take out no more of my earnings, but it just, man, instead of getting $80 a day, I'm getting $2 and $3. It just, ugh. It hurts. It does. It hurts. It hurts. All right, so let's go with the breaking news. Mr. Burns is not pleased. He is very upset. This is an update, all right? So I'm giving you all the information of what's to come, and you need to be prepared. You got to be prepared. You got to be prepared, because things are going to hit the fan. Now, remember what I told you guys. Mr. Burns said that he's willing to move heaven and earth. He said that last year. This is what they are referring to. They're willing to sacrifice it all for the UKR. And I've been saying this since last year. All right, so it says here, the Sleeping Giant House and some others on Tuesday, they're coming together. They're trying to figure out something here. Plan to take sharply divergent path in a high stakes spending battle. With just 5 days remaining until a deadline that could face why swath of the gov to shut down for the 4th time in a decade. Can we all just get along? Unbelievable. This goes to tell you that the Sleeping Giant is just being, it's not the right path. All right, so you have the LEFT control sent plans to VOTE on a stopgap funding bill with a bipartisan support that would keep the federal G operating after current money runs out at midnight on Saturday, giving negotiators more time to agree on a full year spending numbers. Meanwhile, you have the other side, and Representative Mr. Kevin aiming to hold off a rebellion by hardline members of his own caucus will push ahead with 4 full-year spending bills that reflect the right priorities and stand no chance of becoming law. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers will be launched, and a wide range of services from economic data releases to nutrition benefits will be suspended. We're talking about EBT here. Very important stuff. You have millions upon millions upon millions of sleeping giants that are relying on those. So will be suspended depending on Sunday if the two sides do not reach agreement. Why? Because UKR comes first. We got to put them first. In Washington, the National Zoo says it will have to curtail its farewell party for 3 giant pandas before they return to the Red Dragon. Kongs has shut down the Gov 14 times since 1981. Yeah, I think we need new people in the spotlight. I think it's time to get rid of those that's been around for like thousands of years. I'm kidding, guys. Those that's been in the spotlight for 40, 50 years. It says though most of those funding gaps have lasted only a day or two. Though disruptive, they have not had a significant impact on the world's largest economy. But Moody's warned on Monday that a shutdown this time would have negative implications for the sleeping giant Gov AAA credit rating, as it would highlight how political polarization is worsening the country's fiscal standing. So all this is basically hurting the sleeping giant. All this is hurting the sleeping giant. Why? Because you have two sides can come together. You got one side that want to turn UKR into the most powerful land in the world. You have the other side is saying, man, we got to think about the sleeping giants, man. Enough with enough is enough helping UKR. So that's the problem here. All right, so you had the leader of the sleeping giant, Mr. Burns, and Mr. Kevin had aimed to head off a shutdown this year when they agree in May at the end of a standoff over the federal debt ceiling to discretionary spending of $1.59 trillion for the fiscal year beginning October the 1st. I must remind you, last year when Nancy, she was the you-know-what of the House, I mean, you know how much money was passed? Man, it's like a piñata party. Lawmakers, Mr. Kevin Wright flank, have since rejected that number, demanding $120 billion in cuts, even as more moderate members of their party, including top, of the right, voice support for the agreed on plan that only account for a fraction of the total sleeping giant budget, which will come to $6.4 trillion for the fiscal year. Lawmakers are not considering cuts to popular benefit programs like Social Security and Medicare, which are projected to grow dramatically as the population ages. The rights control the by a narrow 221 to 212 majority and have few VOTES to spare, particularly since some right hardliners have threatened to move to oust Kevin, once again the speaker, from his leadership role if he relies on the left VOTES to pass legislation. All right, so once again, you have those in the House that is not going to agree on this gov shutdown. They're not going to agree with Mr. Burns. There's going to be some people that's going to vote for Mr. Burns. Some people's not going to do it. But again, if this thing goes into a shutdown, it's going to impact the sleeping giant. It's going to impact the sleeping giant citizen. But it's not going to impact UKR. It's not going to impact them because Mr. Burns is going to find a way to get money and give it to UKR. And that's why Mr. Burns, the leader of the sleeping giant, that's why he said that sleeping giant citizens will suffer. Now, I must remind you, he said right here, where is it? He says a sleeping giant could be faced with paying the price for it. Now, it doesn't say UKR, the yellow blue country, could be faced with paying the price because UKR is already protected. All right, so they got money for UKR. But us sleeping giant citizens, we don't, because the sleeping giant, those in the spotlight, they're not going to give the funds to protect sleeping giant. They're going to give it to Crane. So Crane is going to be all right. The sleeping giant will be facing the price for it. All right. Just a few months ago, the Speaker of the You Know What and I agreed to spending levels of the G, Mr. Burns said. Now, a small group of right, they don't want to bow down. Excuse me, guys. They don't want to live up to that deal. And everyone in the sleeping giant will be faced with paying the price for it. It doesn't say UKR, it says sleeping giant. Despite the looming of the shutdown deadline, the House will turn its attention first to the 4 full year bills, which even if they pass will not fund the full gov or prevent a shutdown. Success is not guaranteed. The right hardliners blocked actions on spending bills last week, and some have said they will try to do so again. If Kevin summits that first obstacle, debate could consume most of the week, leaving little time to hammer out a stopgap bill before Sunday. Once again, you have the right. Mr. Ralph, a member of the hardline House Freedom Caucus, said on Monday he was 100% certain that Congress would not be able to keep the gov open. Mr. Kevin said he was more optimistic. I'm working everything we can to make sure this doesn't happen. He told reporters on Monday. I always like the ball at the last second. Now, how that may play out is unclear at this point. If the You Know What passes a stopgap funding bill, Mr. Kevin could allow a VOTE in the House, where it could pass with the support from the LEFT and more pragmatic right. Now, I'm using code words here. Just follow me on this one. All right, so, but that could prompt the right hardliners to act on their threat to dispose Kevin, plunging the chamber further into chaos. You have the former 4-5, the front runner for the You Know What, has been cheering on the shutdown talk, saying on his platform, unless you get everything, shut it down. All right. So this is more updates. Mr. Burns is not pleased. Mr. Burns not pleased. Mr. Burns just said that the sleeping giant will pay a heavy price. It sounds like, you know, a threat that the sleeping giant will pay a heavy price. Millions of sleeping giant, because he can't get his way. So it just, you know, we got to think about the UKR. They come first. Come on, sleeping giant. Hurry up. They come first. Man. So if we give it to UKR, we put ourselves in bigger, more debt. And then we have to pay more TAX. And there's a possibility gas prices could go up. And Lewis could come home with 7 grocery bags that could be worth $200. Yeah, let's do it for the yellow and blue country. They come first. Well, again, guys, like I said, those in the spotlight, it's not doing it for UKR. They're doing it for their own selves. This is all a game of chess. It's a game of chess, and I'll be saying it for a very long time. So, again, this is what happens when you put your faith and trust in men. I remember a time that the sleeping giant stood strong, one nation under God. Yeah, well, we see that now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please continue to pray for the channel. Like I said, it does hurt a lot that my earnings is being pulled. But I want to thank everybody so much for supporting this channel, either through PayPal or Patreon. Thank you so much. It truly helps out. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna keep you updated on this story. I got another video coming up. It's gonna be over at Grand Supreme News. Follow me there, because I will be posting a lot of videos, and notifications will not be sent out. So you have to come back and to my channel, because I will be posting videos. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, for those of you that want to give your life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path. and that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Sunday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.